treasure below. All the oceans glow, digging where the shadows grow. Gold and silver, the currents flow. Treasure below. Treasure below. Rocks like coins in Poseidon's chest, churning dirt from the ocean's crest. Dreams of riches, but what's the cost? A whisper says some things are lost. Coral kingdoms, ghostly frost. Are we mining or paying the tax? Treasure below. Oh, the oceans glow, digging where the shadows grow. Gold and silver, the currents flow. Treasure below. Treasure below. Treasure
Hey, bro, can I grab your bush?
Yeah, man, go for it.
Right on. Thanks, bro. Hey, bro, can I grab your bush too?
Sure, bro. Go ahead.
Thanks.
Now I can grab my own bush. Saipan, it's time to grab your bush. Pick up a 12-pack of ice-cold bush, and you're in for more than just a refreshing beer. Every 12-pack gives you a chance to win exclusive bush gear and more. So don't wait. Swing by your favorite store, grab your bush, and join the fun. Because here in Saipan, the best moments are even better with Bush. Grab your bush today.
Shiny smiles all around, where happiness is found. It's the little things that make it true. Shiny smiles start with
Another migrant accused of violence. I'm Kathleen Maloney, Fox News. A Honduran migrant with a lengthy criminal record is in custody after a second violent attack on a North Carolina train.
The suspect is due back in court tomorrow morning. Court records show Oscar Slarazano is being held without bond because he's an illegal migrant. And on top of that, ICE put a detainer on him. The 33-year-old Honduran national is accused of breaking onto a train and then stabbing one of the passengers. This is not the suspect's first time in trouble with the law. He's already been deported 2 different times and has a long criminal record, which is why President Trump is putting Charlotte's mayor on blast. The president posted on Truth Social saying, quote, "Another stabbing by an illegal migrant in Charlotte, North Carolina. What is going on in Charlotte? Democrats are destroying it like everything else, piece by piece."
Fox's Caroline Elliott. President President Trump will host tonight's 48th annual Kennedy Center honors, the first time a sitting president will do so.
This is a change for the president, who skipped the Kennedy Center honors in his first term. But the president finds himself in more familiar territory after taking over the center earlier this year. And since then, he's implemented a number of changes, like installing close allies as leaders and overhauling the program. The president has also put his finger on the scale when it comes to the selection process, saying that he was 98% involved when it comes to selecting this year's honorees. George Strait, Kiss, Michael Crawford, Gloria Gaynor, and Sylvester Stallone will be honored tonight. The president taking part in a little bit of glam before kicking off his travel blitz to talk about the economy.
Fox's Madeline Rivera reporting from the White House. President Trump scheduled to tour the country promoting his economic agenda starting Thursday with an event in Pennsylvania. America is listening to Fox News.
This is Ainsley Earhart. Thank you for joining me for the 52-episode podcast series, The Life of Jesus.
A listening experience that will provide hope, comfort, and understanding of the greatest story ever told. Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Secretary of War Pete Hegseth defending the controversial second strike of a suspected drug boat that allegedly killed defenseless people.
The very first strike to begin combat operations in the Caribbean has also received the most scrutiny, after two men who initially survived the initial missile strike were killed in a follow-on strike, ordered by Navy SEAL Admiral Frank Bradley, the mission commander, according to Hegseth.
From what I understood then and what I understand now, I fully support that strike. I would have made the same call myself.
Some lawmakers call the second strike against the survivors a war crime, others a righteous one. President Trump said he would have no problem releasing the video showing the follow-on strikes. It's not clear when that will happen.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson. A vote by a vaccine advisory committee to end recommended hepatitis B vaccines for all U.S. babies is getting some pushback.
Friday's vote by the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, all appointed by Health and Human Services Secretary Robert Kennedy Jr., said not all babies, but only those born to moms who test positive for hepatitis B should be vaccinated. Louisiana Senator Bill Cassidy, who is a practicing doctor, said on Fox News Sunday the shots for all babies prevent chronic complications.
It means that you're at risk for end-stage liver disease, for liver cancer, for infecting other people. But if you vaccinate at birth, that never happens.
Cassidy adds the vaccine is safe for babies, but the advisory committee claims the research that guarantees that is inadequate. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
The 84th Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day ceremony taking place in Honolulu today. It marks the attack on this date in 1941 that drew the U.S. into World War II. I'm Kathleen Maloney. This is Fox News.
If you see something, say something, and stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
As the day unfolds with laughter and cheer, Brad's got the magic that brings us all near. Sharing tales of hope, dreams that shine bright. Good morning, Marianas, together we ignite. So join the palm trees, we dance through the days. Rhythm and soul in so many ways. Together we rise through the moments we share. Good morning, Marianas, feel the love everywhere. Ooh.
goodness. Good morning, Marianas. It is 7:45, 7:46 just clicked here in the 670, and it's going to be a beautiful one today. We are enjoying a great day out here in the Marianas. So if you guys are outside in the mainland shivering, don't worry, we're nice and warm over here. We made it cold in here just so we could feel what you guys are feeling a little bit. 79 degrees out here on this beautiful Monday morning. It's Constitution Day here in the Marianas, and we are going to be getting it all kinds of stuff for you today. We're looking at a beautiful day today. Partly sunny skies, high near 86. Winds out of the east, 10 to 13 miles per hour, and right now it's looking good. Tonight it's going to be just like this, only without all that sunlight. So enjoy it while you can, Marianas, because it is just about as perfect as it's going to get for out here. While you're out there on the roads, though, it's actually going to look pretty wild, too, because it's going to be exactly what you would think for a Constitution Day. It's pretty chill out there on the mean streets of Saipan, and we're going to show you what that looks like right now when I snap my fingers. There we go. All right, so that is it. It's looking pretty good out there. It's green all the way around, just a couple little hot spots here in Saipan. Let's go in over by the old AK, which, by the way, if you're going by there, you need to take a look at that building. Triple J is gutting that sucker, and something new and exciting is coming. There's no sign that says it. I just know it, and you guys don't want to miss that. I mean, I thought it was a good-looking showroom. It is now showing all the way through. It's kind of like what IPI used to look like, only this one's going to get finished. All right, so we're going to keep going down Beach Road all the way down. Schools are off today. Government's off today. It's a great one today. Traffic's even good over by the old Canoa. Why is everyone over there? Probably because they're trying to get a quick donut this morning over at Winchell's. I don't know. For my money, I love Galaxy, though. I'm a big empanada and Galaxy donut guy. That's the intersection over there by Mobile in Chalumpiao, place where you wouldn't want to be right now. It's actually not that bad. Traffic's pretty good all the way around. We're going to zip up all the way up to Esperdido and see what it looks like. A little bit of traffic coming down from the airport over there by Quantum Hardware. And other than that, looking pretty nice. Chalum Monsignor Martinez looking pretty good. Even all the way over there at Shell Dandan. No traffic in front of Joten Dandan. This is the kind of traffic that you want on the weekends. I mean, it's the extended weekend. It's the weekend holiday. It's not bad at all. Over there by the old roundhouse in San Vicente, there's a little bit of traffic. I don't know what they're doing over there. Maybe they're just waving to people saying, hey, happy Constitution Day. And why not? All right, let's keep going around. Guam, they want that Constitution. They can have one. They could. But you know what? They're just not going to be as cool as us for a while. All right, going through Puerto Rico, you can see by the MH2 buildings, got a little bit of traffic. People heading south, heading into town, see what's going on, see what's left over by the pickleball tournament area at AMP from over the weekend. Right now, just a little bit of traffic over there. And a lot of traffic over there by 99-cent store. I don't know what people are trying to do. Maybe he's trying to figure out what they do with that extra penny at 99 cents. And the intersection by JG, Sublime, and Ice and Water, not too bad either. We'll do that double-barreled look all the way down Beach Road, Middle Road, coming down all the way to the CMG, and a little bit of traffic over there at Quartermaster, but not a big deal. And now the intersection that matters, at the place where connection matters, I-T&E, things are looking pretty good. You know where else they're looking pretty good? From the passenger seat of Transit CNMI. What? That's right. The award-winning public transportation system that's raising eyebrows all around the nation is there for you for only $2. For $2, you can get anywhere the Blue Line goes, from Totaville all the way to the Paseo, and it gets even better if you're a student, a veteran, active duty military, Monopco, or you are someone with a disability. It's only $1 for you. That's the best way, I'm telling you. It's pretty sweet. Well, it's only available for 6:30 in the morning to 8:30 at night. Weekends and holidays, 6:30 in the morning to 8 p.m. That's like today. It's a holiday. And if you want to get more information from them, give them a call at 236-2682. And you know, one of the things I love about it is that you can see where their buses are on the Blue Line by going on their website, transit.cnmi.gov, and you can see their fixed route. You can see there's one over there by PIC right now. There's one over here by Atta Gym. Probably got to go past this here in a little bit too. And then they've got a couple that are just pre-stationed out there, just in case something goes down. They can be there and ready for you. They've got great air conditioning, comfortable seats, smiling faces, and the sweetest smelling buses in the world. The other thing that they have, free Wi-Fi. So while they're paying attention to the traffic, you can pay attention to the traffic on on your phone. Not too bad. Transit CNMI taking care of you. On the Blue Line, I'm such a big fan of these guys, but you know who else I'm a big fan of? While you're up and down, one of their stops is over there at Great Harvest, and Great Harvest is right there at the Surfrider Hotel, and Surfrider Hotel has the ultimate tropical getaway for you. You can grab their new flexible package. Check this out. You can get a room, a car, or meal vouchers. You can build it any way that you want with them for a pure vacation experience. Starts at just $92, and that includes taxes. Hey, you might as well book now. Give them a call at 235-7873, 670-235-7873. Surfrider Resort Hotel. Man, they're right down the street from us, too, and they're right there on the beach. It's a great place to be, but it's not as great of a place to be as right here in our studio today, because we have the Secretary of Labor. That's right, Miss Layla Staffler. She doesn't just say she's doing stuff. She does stuff. She doesn't just assign stuff to other people. She gets her hands dirty. She is the Queen of Labor. Is that a fair title? Do they put that on a business card?
I don't know about that, but I definitely want to try and make work to be a safe and fair place for people. But I am here in a different capacity as well. I'm actually here representing the Democratic Party. It is a holiday, so I don't have to work today. But I am preparing, because even though, like you said, I do a lot of things, I also do stuff in my free time. And in my free time, I work for the Democratic Party and trying to help them to re-engage with the public.
You do everything. Let's just put it that way. You're involved with everything. Even you still help schools, even though you're not a principal anymore. You still help people in the old precinct. You still do everything. And I got to work with you for just a short little window a few years ago, and I was so impressed by what you did. And I waited, because this was my first real interaction working with folks up at the legislature and all that. And this is not to throw shade on anybody else, but just seeing what you did. And then when there was a bunch of people talking about getting something done, yeah, we should do that. All those great idea fairies come up. Who actually does the work? You did the work, and it wasn't like I'll have my staffers handled. No, you did it. Who needs staffers when you have stafflers? That's what was going on at the legislature. So,
well, thank you.
Anyhow,
Brad.
It's great to have you here.
Yes, so I came in, and thank you for letting me give a little bit of time to be able to promote the event that we have tomorrow.
Oh, wait, let's pull that mic a little. I can still hear you.
Okay,
but
sure.
let's bring it a little closer so you can hear. They're EGU microphones. They get jealous when you're far away.
Okay, well, I don't want to make the mic jealous, because I do want a good relationship so that everyone can hear me loud and clear. So yeah, tomorrow I'm promoting the Democratic Party 5th listening tour. It's our last one for this year. Of course, it's December, so we're looking into January to do other things. But we've been doing listening tours in all of the precincts on Saipan for now. To reach out to the community, to hear from people from the grassroots directly about things that are important to them, concerns that matter to them, and just to hear from the community. It's not a campaign. We're not going out giving speeches like you often hear when you hear parties having an event. It's more like us engaging with the community to talk about things, in small groups, so that they feel comfortable and safe to share their thoughts and their interests. Because, any party that's doing work, if they're not really talking to the people, they can come up with all kinds of ideas, but if you're not actually hearing from the grassroots, how do you know that what your ideas are going to do are actually what the people want? And so that was the intent for this listening tour. We've already done precinct 1, 2, 3, and 5. We kind of did them a little out of order because of how we did our reservations, no big deal. But we are going to precinct 4 tomorrow. We'll be at the Tanopic Beach Park, or Tanopic Beach Pavilion area. And we'll be there from 5:30 to about 7 p.m. We'll have food and water and just, good people to hear and listen.
Why don't you just say you're saving the best for last? That's what I would say.
Yeah.
For everybody up there. Where is it again?
It's at the Tanopic Beach Pavilion area, kind of behind the church. And we will be there with several different people. We'll be setting up some posters, and you'll see us because, we'll be a group of random people in the village.
Yeah, what's the date again?
It'll be on the 9th, so that's tomorrow,
Okay.
Tuesday, the 9th, December, at the Tanopic Beach Pavilion. At 5:30.
5:30.
5:30 till about 7 p.m.
Okay, that is a great place, by the way.
Yeah.
I love that area. It's so
We're going to get a
peaceful.
great sunset.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a great place because I like getting in the water over there, too. And, it's just a good spot over there in Tenapa. And this is going to be a great opportunity for you to engage directly with the community. It's right there. Not 9, but the 9th. That's tomorrow. It's Tuesday, tomorrow's also one of the austerity days, at least I think for PSS.
For PSS it is, yeah. The government is on a different austerity schedule. It's more like you lose an hour each morning. We start at 8:30 nowadays.
Wow, that's not a bad schedule.
I am making it work for my exercise schedule. Like you are on your health journey, I'm on one too. And so I like to do my workouts in the morning because then I don't have to, think about the afternoon and get lazy or like get busy.
That's one extra hour to listen to Good Morning Marianas.
That's
I think it's a great idea. It's a great plan. Thank you to the administration and their vision for supporting the show. I think that's why they ended up doing it. But really, so this is a good thing. And the listening tour is a great idea also because, like you said, if you're not listening, if you're not hearing what's going on in the community, you think what ends up happening, people get in their own little echo chamber, they start creating the solutions to the problems that they think are happening instead of going out there, because the people in Colburn might not be feeling the same things that's going on in Tenapa, right?
Exactly. And also there might be commonalities too. So looking at what are those commonalities across the different precincts are also what we're looking for, because then that is something that's a focus area that we absolutely should focus in on overall island-wide.
So how does this work? You guys are just going to be out there, just try to find you guys? Are going to be some banners up, some signs or anything easy to find?
We'll have banners. We should be easy to find. There will be several cars, and we'll have a couple tables with some food. And of course, if we see you, we'll probably say, hey, come join us.
Oh, with some food, you had us.
Yes, of course. Food is important for any type of event, especially we're asking people to come out around the, evening. And that is time when people are cooking dinner and such, so at least they can know that there will be some sustenance available to whet your appetite during that activity.
It's a perfect way to wrap up your Tuesday in Tenapa. Tuesdays in Tenapa with Layla.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. You've been going around. This is the 5th one that you've done. So are you hearing some themes from folks that are really starting to formulate?
Yes, we've been through the other 4 precincts. We did precinct 5 last week. And honestly, the common sentiments that we're hearing often relate to power, often relate to affordability, often relate to also the environment. People are really worried about, things that are happening in our community, whether it's on the island of Tinian or Rhoda, and how that affects, or even in our waters, with this deep sea mining stuff that also just came out. Like that's another topic that's also, creeping into the conversations, which hadn't even been in our awareness when we first started this activity. So we can see that the community is, paying attention to the things that are happening around them. And it's just pointing out to us that we're on the right track as far as the kinds of issues that are important to people.
Well, I was thinking about like the last couple of elections and stuff like that, and like with the local Democrats out here. Let's say maybe the last 3 elections really went from you guys were pretty stacked in the House for sure, and then everybody kind of went different ways and everything. Like some people went from the House to the Senate. Some people went into like the bigger races. Oh, I wonder who that could have been. And then some other people, other people went in later elections went to higher seats or island-wide races and stuff like that. And I don't see as like it used to be just a real big swelling of momentum. And so you're trying to get these folks all fired up again. And how is that working? I mean, are you getting some people to jump back in, or are you getting new people to get in and join with you guys?
Well, we're definitely recruiting and trying to get more people involved. Yes, the flux of participation and also people's life plans have changed, from those days. I know a few colleagues that are going through other life changes that may delay their re-entrance into the field, and so I'm excited for them, but I'm also, also looking forward to the future when they are able to come back. Tina, she did leave Island. She got married. Did you know?
I did not know.
Yeah, Tina got married, and she's living in Hawaii now. And so, we're looking at her new life and future, and I'm excited for her. But relating back to the Democratic Party here, we are definitely trying to recruit new and interested people who want to run. If you are interested in running for office, if you want to know how this works, we are not gatekeepers. We can help you learn about the process and learn about how it works so that, it can alleviate any fears that you might have. Running for office is a really valuable and important thing to give to your community. If you have great ideas, if you have leadership and time that you want to give, let us help you formulate your plans and jump into this ring, because it doesn't matter, your experience. If you have a heart and you have a drive, there's definitely a lot of supports out there for you. And honestly, this new election year that's coming up next year is going to be exciting. And the Democratic Party really does want to have good representation. And so we are absolutely recruiting people. The deadline to submit your intent would be on February 1st. And so it basically just write a basic letter. You can even use AI to write the letter for you, and just express your interest for what you want to run for and the precinct that you're interested in, or other office title, whatever they may be. And yeah, we are absolutely recruiting.
So, I had a couple other folks who are running for office jump in here this year. And first of all, people have declared early that,
yes.
is this a new thing? Are people just announcing early to start fundraising, or what's the thing?
I think that a lot of it is the higher up of the office you're running for, I guess the bigger the start you're going to need to really, get your word out and really get across to all the islands, especially if you're doing, the multiple island run.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, that one's a hard one, I won't lie. But I think that people are just really interested in serving their community and want to get their name out there. I think also in our community, I guess not promise necessarily, but the ask to support is something that people really do take seriously. So if you declare early, you kind of get those commitments early, and you beat out maybe other people that might be declaring late or later. Yeah.
So
I think it depends.
One of the questions I asked these folks who came in is, and one of them was with the party, one of them was not with the party. Another one is, what's the advantage of joining a party when you're going to be doing? I know there's a lot. So what are some of the advantages of being in a party?
Great question. Well, when you're joining one of the two recognized parties in the Marianas, which is the Republican or the Democrat Party, they have a special observer, I'm forgetting the word right now, but during the actual election, both of those parties have people within the actual elections doing observations to, ensure fairness. There's oversight, accountability, kind of like access that independent parties do not get, or just any other party. Only the Republican and Democrat parties have that access during an actual election. So that's, I think, one of the biggest ones that people don't always realize, because when you don't have anyone observing on the inside, it's hard to say what's going on. So having that observer capability is a really key aspect of why joining a party is important. Other than that is also just having that camaraderie of running with the team when you have lots of different thought partners to work with. And especially when you're trying to build a coalition towards a majority, because ideally, when you are running in politics, you want to also secure those top leadership seats, because those seats are often what dictate how the agendas will be moving forward into that election, or after the election, post-election, when we're actually doing the hard work that needs to be done. Party lines can go away, but the leadership aspect of who gets to be in charge and set the agenda is also why running in a party is more advantageous, because the more people that you have on your team, the more votes you have to secure that leadership. And so that's another reason why it's important to join a party, because individually, your word and your voice matters, but collectively, that's where you have a little bit more clout with the decisions that actually get made in the end.
Wow. You know, I've always struggled with the party concept. I don't dislike it. I mean, it's great to have a bunch of like-minded folks, moving in a direction where you guys agree that you think you're going in the right spot. Then I see some people who just seem to be like bandwagon fans, like, oh, I'm going to be in this party because it's going to help me in this election. I don't think they're going to help me for next election. And they jump ship. It's hard for me to watch as a football fan. That would be like saying, yeah, let's go Bills. No, I'm a Dolphins fan now. Like, oh my God, I don't get it. So.
Yeah, I can't speak to the intricate reasons why people do change their alignments. It's often more than just a bandwagon thing. A lot of times it's personal. The relationships that you build with people are important. How you occur in the world is important, and because it affects how people interact with you. And so it's a very complex topic it has more than one answer, I can tell you that. I would say that it's probably case by case. It's got its own thing. The other one is, I have thought about, I try to put myself in other people's shoes when they make decisions and how they do their things and all that stuff. And I can't imagine working up there in Capitol Hill and not working with somebody because they're like in a different party, or not inviting them. Like, let's just say, let's go to fantasy world here. I drafted this amazing piece of legislation. It's going to be great for everybody. I know everyone's going to want to be on it, but I can't imagine not going to people in a different party saying, hey, you should get your name on here as a co-author and all this other stuff. Because when I asked somebody about this before, they're like, well, no, there's politics involved. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? I just don't get it. So I don't know how, and if that's the easiest way to do it, or if that kind of runs against some of the stuff, like trying to get people involved in like I don't know, other things to overcome some of those party barriers and stuff like that. I guess for me, I only really see that happening like in the election year when we're having the different tents and things like that. I can see where that kind of sentiment does come to rise. I don't see it actually as much after the elections are over and within the actual work being done. I've worked across the party lines in all the directions because, at least for me, like you, if an idea is good, I don't think it matters who it comes from, as long as it's going to help the community. And so I've shared my bills and ideas with independents, Republicans, and Democrats. Especially I haven't been in office for the last 2 years, and I still am trying to push legislation that will help the community in different ways. Like, for example, the bill that I started off with in the House with related to the disability tax credit. My now Congressman, TJ Manglonia, who is a Republican, or was a Republican, I'm not sure his affiliation right now, to be honest. Sorry, TJ. But what I do understand is that, he put that bill forward in his capacity, and it passed. And the first time I did it, it kind of almost went there, but it didn't get signed in the end. Now, that could have been one of those politics things that you're talking about. I really don't know. But it did get passed when he did it. And now it's out there. And now I get to promote it from the labor side, because a disability tax credit for employers to get a tax credit if they've hired someone who's disclosed that they had a disability, it gives people with disabilities a chance to have long-term employment. It gives employers an incentive to consider giving someone who may need a modified work schedule a chance to earn, gainful ways to make their living. And so for me, it doesn't matter whose party did it. What matters is that it now exists for the community, for the businesses, and for the people who would benefit most. So that's one positive. Another one that I've recently worked with, Senator Jude Hofschneider, who is who's a Republican as well. He recently introduced a bill in the Senate about contractor licensing. I've been talking about contractor licensing since I was in the House. I actually drafted bills for it. And now at Labor, I really see how important that particular issue is, just for everyone. I mean, from people who are building homes that, want to make sure that their contractor is legit, has vetting, is, somebody that, like, you would have a way to have recourse if they were not, through a contractor licensing requirement. And that we are one of like the last Western countries that doesn't have that, just like we're one of the last places that doesn't ban plastic bags. Like there's some things that we don't have still in our laws that really could make a difference in people's lives. And, that was an idea that I had been interested in related to the contractor licensing for a long time. And when Senator Hausschneider, reached out to ask me for the copy of that, I'm like, heck yeah, anybody who's willing to take these ideas across the finish line that will actually help the community. It doesn't matter to me in the long run where the party lines are when we have to get the work done. Now, when you're running, of course, that's a different matter because you're trying to, run with your group and everybody get in together. But once the election is over, you have work to do, you get it done regardless of party lines. At least that's how I work.
I love, well, because you're a doer. I mean, you get stuff done and you're a relationship builder and you value your interactions with folks. And so that's why it's like some of the qualities that I admire and appreciate about you. Like when you get whatever role that you're in, and you're in for like, sorry, this is my take on all this stuff, but I mean, like that's it. Like that's why I love whatever you do. I mean, you're doing it right. But I think that when you guys do work together on those things, crossing the lines and all that stuff, it goes to like the real nature of where the relationship is, just people who live here, as opposed to like people who are just like part of a same kind of political organization or something like that. So anyway, not the biggest thing, but it is a big one. The thing for you is that you continue to do stuff and get yourself into all these great situations where you can make an impact. What's your next position that you're going for?
Well, thank you for asking. I am going to be running in my precinct this again. At least that's my plan. I will be doing more of the actual activities for that next year. For this year, just trying to build up the party again. And I mean, I wanted to go back to your question also is why the Democratic Party, right? Mm-hmm. For me, the reason why I choose to run in the Democratic Party is I really do. The values of the Democratic Party are what resonate with me. When you think about equity, access, and inclusion, those are all things that the Democratic Party has always stood for, helping, the working man, helping the working woman, from making sure that there's fairness in life in general, and focusing on, social services and trying to help people lift their quality of life. And those are things that I've always felt resonate from the Democratic Party side. And that was why it's always been where I go to when I think of where do I want to stand with values that resonate with me. And so for me, that is why I've always chosen the Democratic Party.
That's great. I'm sure people who, for whatever party they join for everything, they've got reasons.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, I can't, like for soccer teams, I will play with my friends over that stuff, right? But so a lot of the folks that you're working with, you must have come to know and appreciate over the years too, and all that stuff. And it's got to be kind of cool. Being a legislator like you were, you ran as like lieutenant governor, for the lieutenant governor spot. Like the idea of doing stuff like that in your community must be just momentous. I mean, what was that like? I mean, I never really got to talk to you about that, but like, how was that whole experience? That must have been amazing.
Yeah, I mean, when you're called to serve, you don't always choose your path. You just kind of have to go wherever God puts you. And so I felt very, very fortunate to have these opportunities to serve in all these different capacities. I have never sought any of this stuff out. I just feel like the path that I'm on kind of puts me in the right place at the right time to, have that kind of opportunity presented. And, you could choose yes or you could choose no. What do you want to do? The only reason I chose yes, because a lot of people would think like, oh, it's so early, it's not your time. In my mind, I joined the Pacific Century Fellows, mm-hmm. and part of that experience really opened my eyes to like looking at the systems of government, With Pacific Century Fellows, we would be at a presentation from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., and it was all talking about the same topic, whether it was healthcare, public safety, education, or whatever. And at the end of each day, from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., after hearing all those people speak, and they're all talking about the same topics, I was like, well, gosh, sounds like they're all talking about the same issue. It would be nice if they talked to each other so they could solve those issues. And then I thought, okay, who could force those people to talk? And then I thought, oh God, only a governor could probably force them to talk. And I thought, I don't really want to run for governor. And so then I thought, okay, well, let's see what other ways that I could be in a situation to affect the systems, to make them talk to each other and have better outcomes for people. And so when Tina invited me to be her lieutenant governor, I thought, it's like a vice principal. It's the sweet spot. You get to do a lot of the hard work that needs to be done, but you don't have to stand in the front. And so that was like, okay, that could be my opportunity to affect the systems like I had been interested in since Pacific Century Fellows. And so that was the only reason I thought, okay, yes, I can try that. And it didn't work out. And you know what? It's okay, because I found that there are other ways that I can still affect the system. I don't have to run for a governor or lieutenant governor. I can still do it as a secretary. I can do it as a legislator, as someone who can bring people, different agencies together, so we can all talk about that issue, whatever it may be. Because I really believe that if we collectively would do more of that, we could really make our island be a much better place, because we're a small enough system that we can tweak the ways that we connect better so that the outcomes will be better. But if we just leave things as they are, then they won't. So that's why I keep doing what I'm doing.
Well, it's such a unique position, because there's only 2 campaigns that you can go for that would save. No, there's 3. One would be Attorney General. But, between the congressman's part, or, the congresswoman's part, or the governor-lieutenant governor duo, you're going through the whole Commonwealth. You must have heard so much from so many different people. People must have come to you with all kinds of things. You must have learned so much about your home and during that time.
I really think that synthesis is one of my superpowers. Taking so many thoughts and ideas and bringing them together. And AI helps a lot too. AI can be really good at synthesis if you give it all the right stuff to synthesize. But knowing what things need to go together is only because of your access to those kinds of information and ability to hear and know what's going on. Absolutely.
Well, it must have been a great experience to just connect with people in different places. You must have met literally, hundreds, if not thousands of people who have shared stories with you.
I've been doing that since I was in school, man. I was a teacher. I was a vice principal and a principal. And when you're working with kids, you deal with their families, you deal with the community. And so I feel like I've been primed for a long time for that.
Nice. So looking at going back to Precinct 5?
Yes.
The weirdest precinct in the world. Not the people. No. I mean, like, the shape of Precinct 5. You've got Cagman, but you've got, like, Canatabla. How the heck? Parts of San Vicente. You're all over the place. They've got this weird shape of Precinct 5 touches
mountainside. Stick to the mountainside.
Yeah, but and the beach.
And the beach on the other side.
I know, you're all over the place. Like, I think it's got to be the largest, at least from distance and land for all of them, because, like, Precinct 1, you could figure it's pretty much the South, right? I mean, like San Vicente, Dan, Kobler, and stuff like that. But then you got a little creeper in there with Precinct 2, and then you've got Precinct 3. I get there's a whole bunch down there, but you've got like this whole big stretch of all these other places, and just to even reach all those folks and come up with ideas that work for everybody. There's no real central cluster. If you were to set something up in Dan, you can get a bunch of folks from San Vicente pretty close. You do something in Kobler, you can get the folks from San Antonio and all that stuff. If you put something in Canatabla, you're getting Canatabla. You have to go Papago. You're still going to get like your Papago area, and then you have to go down to Cagman to get all 50 Cagmans that are out there. I know it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's a 4 also, right? So you're all over the place.
Yes, so that's the beauty of having online also access. And so I'm glad you brought that up. For anyone who missed any of our precinct listening tours from the 1st precinct to the 5th precinct, and even in the 6th and 7th precinct, we haven't come to visit you yet. We are planning to, but give us a little time in the new year. But we plan to also have an online option for people who might have missed any of those precinct tours. And maybe there are people who don't feel comfortable also sharing their ideas, in person. It happens. And so we do plan to have an online precinct listening tour as well, that we can be able to engage with anybody on any of the precincts, even if they're off island. And that actually is another, key aspect to consider, are people who have left, and maybe they would share their reasons why they've left and such, and what kind of things that would entice them to come back. And so that's the kind of stuff we're definitely interested in, because, making this place be one that people want to return to is really important. It's one of our ways that we can increase our labor options too. We need our people to come home, especially when they've earned professional degrees other places or certifications. I mean, honestly, entrepreneurs who are stateside, coming home, this is a great way to understand what your needs are. And also we can help communicate what are the benefits of coming home, from the taxes that are out here compared to stateside, and other benefits, that we weigh against the things that are harder, like healthcare and access like that. So we do plan to have that in the near future. Stay tuned, and we'll keep you posted.
Well, one of the other things is if people are going to leave, letting them know before they go that if you register to vote somewhere else, that you can't vote here. So if you're going to go, if you're going to Vegas, if you're going to Boise, if you're going to Portland, you're going to Seattle, don't register to vote there. Just vote so you can still make a difference here, even if you can't be here. You could go and register to vote there and be a part of that community, I know, but you lose the ability to vote for and have a hand in what's happening here.
And there's some states, I don't know the exact ones, but I remember in college, if you get a license, it automatically registers you to vote in some places.
Oh, wow.
And I know when I was in college, I didn't get food stamps in college like a lot of people do, because if I had done that, I would have been registered I would have been a resident of that state I was in. Then I would lose residency here, and then I couldn't get my scholarships.
Wow.
There's quite a few give and takes that you have to consider when you're deciding to go stateside. But I hope that anybody who is listening that is abroad know that home is here, and we definitely want you to come back, and hope that you'll be able to do that in the near future.
Well, I've seen a lot since I've been here. I've seen it when I got here, we were at the tail end of the heyday from Japan, and everyone's like, oh, you should have seen it, but it was still pretty awesome when I got here. And then I saw what was happening about 17 years ago, or 2007, 2008. It was getting kind of rough. And then it was like, wow, remember the brownouts and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Remember that rolling?
Yeah.
And
I was talking about that with one of my staff the other day, because they weren't here during that time. I was like, man, we used to be like, Marshalls are going, or not Marshalls. What island is it? Kosrae. Kosrae is having rolling blackouts right now.
Wow. Well, that was a hard time. And then I remember we lost our movie theater the first time.
Yeah.
And one of the people I adored used to work with Carlene Regis over at, when we were at the phone company, started at PTI before it turned to ITNE. And I think for her, that was the last straw. She was like, this is awful. It's so painful to see it. And then we started coming back again. And then we got hit with typhoons, pandemics, and
I think the world economy is different now too, though.
Yes.
Because there's theaters closing across America. I recently heard that there are other places that are closing, like even in Guam, that we didn't know then. But when we think about our duty-free closing, it's not unique to the CNMI. We are just one of the microcosms that are affected by the worldwide economic changes. And so that's why we do need to be more innovative in how we look at economy moving forward, because it's not the same as it was in the 90s.
Well, and so this is what
or
is
even the 2000s.
really interesting. So without question, look at where we live, right? Beautiful place. and tourism. And by the way, that's Parks and Rec. Want to just give a quick shout out, Parks and Recs. They're out there picking up the trash from all this, the Palas and everything. So while a lot of people are enjoying their Constitution Day, their holiday, these government guys over there, I can see them with their big trailer. They're dropping the tailgate over there. They're doing a great job.
Working even on the holiday.
Oh man! By the way. Speaking of the trash, not to get too far off, like squirrel, going through Garapan and seeing all the garbage on the side of the street, just crazy. I hope that there's something to fix that, because we need that. Someone walking around with a bucket or a dustpan and a broom and a trash can on wheels to do that daily. Anyway, but getting back to all that stuff, but seeing all the changes and then seeing how we've got this is a tourism mecca. It should be, because it's beautiful. We have a great place. We have a great culture and all that stuff. But you're right. Tourism is a big thing for us, but people are doing things in different ways. They're not traveling the same way. I think we're attacking it in maybe an old way, but the world is just a different place. People aren't just flying like they used to. They're like, no, people are going to Japan. Well, yeah, because Japan's yen is so cheap right now. It's so low that people are going to want to go there. There has to be something more that we can have here to sustain ourselves locally than having to essentially, I know it's not the right term, bribe airlines to give us tickets and lower prices to have them fly here. Like,
do you know why it was so good in the 90s?
Because I hadn't been here yet.
Okay.
That's pretty much
so, I mean, one of the big reasons why the flights were not, I mean, I'm not an expert, so I know that some of you out there might have better history, but the basics that I understood, because I was a high school student then, is that because we had the manufacturing of the garments, they were flying those things out, so the planes were always full with cargo, not just people. So there wasn't actually a need to subsidize them like we do now. Because we don't have manufacturing as like a major part of our industries anymore, and it doesn't subsidize the flights like it used to, that's a big reason. That's not the only reason, but that is a big reason why things are different than the 90s as far as flights and stuff then. I remember going to Guam like for $25 at one time. Like that was so cheap back in the day. And so having something that would help, augment that cost other than subsidies like you're talking about through manufacturing, through, engaging in some kind of commerce that requires flight cargo would be an excellent way. But what would that be today is the question.
Yeah, well, so I took a tour down at Gold Beach Hotel on Friday. And they're doing some interesting stuff. So, and I'm not talking about Saipan Select moving in there. Hey, glad. But
is that where they moved? I heard. I didn't see it yet.
Oh yeah, we just follow the sun and you'll get there. But in that hotel, they are setting up to be like a real place for digital nomads.
Okay.
And also, it's also a big idea for local folks here. So like, we have a studio and all that stuff, and Marianas Press, they just got their studio or their office like a month ago, right? But for other people who start up, you're at your house or you're at, you're at Cha or Hey Cha, or anywhere else that has Wi-Fi and maybe coffee so you could set up your laptop. They're having it where you could pay $20 a month as a member, and you can use their Wi-Fi. They got hot desks and everything. You could set up like meetings and all that other kind of stuff. Cool. They have like a higher level. It's like $50 a month. They have a founders club and all that, but it's just for that. And for people coming in who travel around the world doing stuff like that, where they can come here and do this. And they're going to try to set up like a business licensing thing in the same location, so that folks, hey, why wouldn't you want to set up here because of our tax base and all that other stuff? Now, they might not be here all the time, but they would have their business here. They're in a U.S. territory so that they can do everything, take advantage of the taxes and all that other stuff.
I love it. And that's the kind of new innovative ways that we have to look at the world, because it is a different world. It is not the 90s anymore. And so finding industries like that. I did hear about the Gold Beach. They're making it also into an Airbnb, right, or something?
It's the whole thing. So
The whole thing, like,
it's-
mixed with that.
Yeah, so it's going to be like for long and short-term residences for people who are doing that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, so if you're going to digital nomad
Yeah.
yourself, you're going to go out and travel, you can stay there for like a month. And it's like this. Now, here's the other cool thing. If you become a member of that, you're able to access those kind of rooms too. I don't know the specifics about how many days and all this other stuff that you get. And then, so you can get yourself a room. And then if you've got family coming in to visit, they have a guest room that you're able to use X amount of days so that you can put them up too.
It's almost like timeshare, but different.
But yeah, but for like business stuff.
business,
Right?
yeah.
And so they're doing e-gaming over there. I don't know what they're, I didn't ask this question. I was trying to fit this in before I went to a funeral on Friday. And so I want to re-engage with them. But I don't know what the internet access is going to, I know it's going to be great. You can't have a digital nomad home hotspot without having great Wi-Fi and great internet speeds. So, but I know that they're going to be doing all that, but they're working their butts off. And there's another opportunity there. Are you ready? And this may be a good labor thing. They're looking for somebody to set up shop and run a cafe.
Oh, cool.
And they're like, we won't even charge you rent. Just operate your cafe out
Because
here.
we want people to have a place. Yeah,
Yes.
I get it. Like,
And-
it's a missing piece that will add value to the whole overall experience that they're trying to create. I love it.
And you could set up your business right there. And can you imagine, though, setting up a cafe and not having to pay rent as like your overhead? I mean, you don't
probably have interested people now.
Yeah,
I hope so.
They haven't really put it out there yet, but I mean, it's a work in progress. You know,
Yeah.
they're still renovating the whole place and doing all this stuff. We got the full tour; it's great.
Awesome.
And I really enjoyed going through it and checking it all out, and I'm excited about what it could be. And on top of all that stuff, where are they? They're in the same building as NBA. Now, I don't know how long before NBA decides to change where they want to be again, all that stuff. But you got all these people who are coming in for tourism and all that other stuff. CETA's right here. I mean, they're right down the street if they want to take people over who they're interested in doing business stuff here in the Marianas. So, I don't know, it's an exciting thing.
I think when I first, I guess it was more like around the pandemic when I first heard about, you know, the digital nomad lifestyle and people leaving America and all that because of pandemic, or not just America, but wherever. I really thought about what could that do to this kind of a place? Like, finding this is also a U.S. territory, so you're covered by U.S. laws, but you're also closer to Asia and all of that. So I was very interested to see what that could eventually turn into. So this is really exciting to see it start to manifest here as a way to bring new faces and new tax bases to come in, because I mean, our tax system is definitely very competitive, if you will, to a state or other place where you're doubly taxed, et cetera, et cetera. So I think that's a great thing. And I look forward to hearing more about that type of business model, coming in and changing how we do business in the Marianas. I mean, that's one aspect. There's a lot of other things that I've also been interested. Have you heard of regenerative tourism?
No, is that so like you can grow your arm back? No. What was regenerative tourism?
So regenerative tourism is a concept that I've been learning about through Crease agroforestry work and the Mama Food Forest that I've been doing online. And basically, it's a way of looking at tourism that's less extractive, where people come to have an experience, not to take from the land and the people, but more to give back. And so there's this program that I think started in Vanuatu, and it's like it's almost like branded from that area, where they package these regenerative tourism experiences where people who, that's what they're interested in, sign up for and pay a certain fee to go to a place where they eat with the people, they live off the land, and eat organically, food that's grown there. So, building
Nice.
up our own food security through this process, but also being able to make, money from it by engaging in tourism, where they come, you feed them with your garden food, and they help you plant the garden back. So like in Vanuatu, they go and they help plant taro patches for the people. What I imagine here is if we could do it, and we do it maybe in the Northern Islands, and we bring people who build houses so that the people that are in the north have a place that they could also, you know, eventually live. I mean, that's like a very big pipe dream. But on a small scale, I'd like to also do it in Tinian, you know, with my family, to find ways to, you know, increase economy in incremental ways for your personal living, but then also give a tourism package that is different than what you expect anywhere else.
Well, that's what IPI was doing by having all their laborers come in as tourists and working at the. No, okay, different story. But I know, but on a more realistic thing, we did something similar to this when we went to Thailand in 2012.
Okay.
We went to in fact, we didn't really know these folks. We were friends of friends. And we went to that friend's, his wife was Thai, and their family had this farm. And we had to stop and buy stuff on the way there. And like the futon that you're gonna sleep on, you have to buy some mosquito nets and all that stuff because you're gonna need all that stuff. And you get there, and we didn't have to do anything. We did pay for staying there and for the food and all that, but they were setting up their farm for the first time.
Oh, cool.
And they were saying, next year, you want to come back, it would be great because we're going to be planting all the hot peppers and we're going to be doing all this stuff. We would love to have you do that. And so now that's kind of the model.
Yeah.
You end up staying there in their old rice barns and everything.
Yes.
And you help plant and all that other stuff. You still pay them for that experience, and it's wonderful. Like we had breakfast, like real Thai food from the Thai folks right there, eating breakfast at their house,
Yes.
sitting on the ground and doing all that stuff. When we would walk into town, and it was not like city or even like massive town, like their version of a Sabalu market was about the size, you know, a little bit bigger, but over there at Fishing Base, they have that big concrete place where they used to have the bumper cars or something.
Yeah.
Like that was kind of like the spot, and everybody had their stuff set up around that. And we would go from place to place and do that with everybody. There were people who came up just to touch my arm just because my skin was so much lighter than, I'm like, that's crazy, right? And then hanging out with folks who, like, these are the people
Yes.
who were hanging there. It was the most real experience. Somebody had this super cool truck with 1 million speakers, and all these guys were drinking something. So me and my buddy Travis went over there and said, "Hey, how's it going?" They're like, "Hey, drinking." And we're like, now we're just drinking with the local guys. And
Memorable, right?
The most
core memory built right
Yep.
there. So that's the kind of tourism that is supposed to be regenerative, to give you an experience of a lifetime that you'll never forget, that gives you that real local, you know, on the ground grassroots realness. And that's something that is a new model of tourism that people are interested. Look, you even did it. You didn't even know you were doing it.
I loved it. Oh, so
Yeah.
there's one more thing, and this is a little bit of niche stuff, but they have those cooking schools.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's not like you're going to a classroom setting and all that stuff like you're in some office built. No. So Sammy's Organic Cooking School, right? We went there in 2012, found this guy. They pick you up in the city. It was in Chiang Mai. And they go around to all the hotels. You all hop in the back of this truck. And then you go to the store, and he tells you how you buy all the stuff, all the ingredients that you're going to be getting. So you're already, whatever you pay for this experience, you're buying from the local market and everything like that, right? Then you go to that guy's place. He's got all the cooking stations set up and everything at the place where he lives, at the farm, and all that other stuff. You end up cooking everything. You eat, take a nap, you wake up, then you cook the next meal and do all this other stuff. And
Cool.
We went back again 10 years later in 2022. Now he's got a bigger place with bigger land and all that other stuff where he walks you through the garden. So the shopping is now his place. And that could be something here for sure.
Yeah.
Farming's such a big deal here, and you can cook with all of this stuff that we got here. And part of that trip could be like taking down the farmers market and stuff like that.
Exactly. And I guess it feeds back into the idea of building up the food security for your own island, for your family, for your community. That's something that I think is what resonated with me when I learned about it. And then just thinking about how you're not extracting or taking away from the land or from the people, they're giving back as well. And so I'm glad that you had that experience. You can connect with this idea. It's something that I'm hoping will take root in the Marianas and we'll be able to see in the near future.
Well, I think maybe we lost our way marketing our islands a little bit to where I think we were trying to capture a market that maybe we weren't really, it really wasn't our market to begin with, like that DFS market and everything like that. Like, are we getting those high-end travelers who are coming here to buy their, that bag, that's the Louis Vuitton bag that I got in Saipan, and that's great, but like, is that where we are? No. Do people who want, no, this is, my thought is that's not what people are coming here for. And I can't imagine that we could ever be that place unless we spent $1 billion into doing all this stuff. Why don't we just focus on what we're really good at and what we really have already, and let that be genuine, right? And be an absolute organic experience for people get to know people when they come here.
I think we would need a cultural center for sure, so that we have a place for people to actually, a centralized place that it would be easier for tourists in particular to find. And then from there it can break out. And so there's some talk about possibly doing something like that. So I'm excited, but I won't spill any of those beans yet. 'Cause it's not my plan. But there's a lot of ideas talking about that these days.
Well, I know, so there's the one project that they're going to be doing over here at Civic Center.
Yes.
That's happening, and that's really exciting. I can't wait to see how that factors in. What they're going to do with it, I don't know once it does start, but that's going to be really cool. I mean, the stages, all different pala-palas, like they're almost like set up for little shops. Oh my gosh.
Let's do it.
Could you
Just kidding.
imagine how amazing FestPack would be here?
We would need a big space for FestPack for sure. It's been done outdoors in so many places, that are less built up than our place even. But having a centralized cultural space would be excellent for that kind of thing someday. That's another type of economy that we would want to encourage one day when we're ready.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff. I know that you probably have other stuff that you want to do on your Constitution Day and all that stuff.
I've had a great time talking with you, and if I could just promote one more time.
Absolutely.
Tuesday, that's tomorrow, December 9th. Please come to the Tinapig Pavilion areas on the beach side. I'll be there with the Democratic Party, and we're going out to listen and hear from our Precinct 4 community. We've saved the best for last, as he said so clearly earlier. But in general, we are also looking for anyone from any precinct. If you missed any of the first four activities, we will be in Precinct 4 tomorrow at 5:30 to 7 p.m. over by the Tinapig Beach Pavilion areas. I hope I'll see you there.
Tuesday. Don't miss out. Now, Democratic Party. Be down there at Tinapig Beach Pavilion because there's food. Beverages, sunsets, you name it. No, that's a little cheesy. But it'll be really cool. Great opportunity for folks to tell you what's happening and maybe ask you a bunch of questions, too, while you're out there. So good luck with all that stuff. I'm really excited. Everything you do is great. I know that this is the heaping praise. There's not a lot of conversations where you get to just tell somebody. I think you do great stuff. But you do great stuff, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you got going on. I can't believe. Wait, what precinct am I? I think I'm in Precinct 3 now. The Tapachow side.
You're on. Yeah, that's Precinct 3.
Yeah.
You used to be in Precinct 5.
Yes. Yeah. So I can't even throw any love your way when it comes to voting stuff. So now that we moved over there, because I would totally vote for you.
Thank you.
Which is something you're supposed to say to every candidate every single time. You can't say, I would, but yeah. Do you ever? By the way, do you get that from people?
I have gotten that. People are direct and straight, and I can always appreciate that. I respect anyone who will be honest with me, and if you tell me why you won't vote for me, maybe I can give you a reason why you could. And so I will engage with anyone as long as we're both respectful. That's fine.
I love that. That's great. I'll tell you something off there. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to give you guys some scores, some updates, stuff that's happening. We'll hit on some of our headlines, and we'll do that now. And oh my gosh, Buffalo Bills, thank you so much. And Norm, if you're watching, I'm sorry about your Bengals, but thank God they pulled off that win at home in Buffalo. I was not a happy panda when I started watching that stuff earlier, but either way, they finally made it. They got it done. All right, guys, we're going to be right back. We're going to take a real quick break, throw some commercials your way. We'll be back with headlines and more after this.
Hey, bro, can I grab your bush?
Yeah, man, go for it.
Right on. Thanks, bro. Hey, bro, can I grab your bush too?
Sure, bro. Go ahead.
Thanks.
Now I can grab my own bush. Saipan, it's time to grab your bush. Pick up a 12-pack of ice-cold Bush, and you're in for more than just a refreshing beer. Every 12-pack gives you a chance to win exclusive Bush gear and more. So don't wait. Swing by your favorite store, grab your Bush, and join the fun. Because here in Saipan, the best moments are even better with Bush. Grab your Bush today.
Shiny smiles all around, where happiness is found. It's the little things that make it true. Shiny smiles start with
To see the video. I'm Carmen Roberts, Fox News. Members of Congress want the Pentagon to release the full video of the second strike on an alleged drug smuggling boat that killed the survivors, and the pressure is on for the Secretary of War.
Hegseth sat down with our Lucas Tomlinson yesterday at the Reagan National Defense Forum. Lucas pressed Hegseth about that follow-on strike in September that killed 2 survivors on an alleged drug boat in the Caribbean. Hegseth is standing by the second strike that he says Admiral Mitch Bradley oversaw.
My job was to say execute or don't execute. So I was satisfied with the strike criteria. From what I understood then and what I understand now, I fully support that strike. I would have made the same call myself.
Hegseth, though, is not committing to releasing the video of the second strike, even though President Trump said last week that he supports the footage being released.
Fox's Madeline Rivera reporting. Police on the outskirts of London arrested a man at Heathrow Airport today after a pepper spray attack on a crowd of people in a parking garage. Police say that 4 men carried out the attack and robbery, which caused hours of delays and minor injuries to at least 5 people. And police say that the case is not terrorism related, and officers are searching for the 3 other men involved. Today is December 7th, and Honolulu is holding ceremonies to mark the 84th Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. On this day in 1941, the Japanese military attacked the Navy base, drawing the U.S. into World War II. And gas prices continue their downward trend. Industry analyst Trilby Lundberg of the Lundberg Survey says they fell for the past couple of weeks.
Prices dropped an impressive 8 cents per gallon in the past 2 weeks, with regular grade now at $3.08.
America's listening to Fox News.
This is Ainsley Earhart. Thank you for joining me for the 52-episode podcast series, The Life of Jesus.
A listening experience that will provide hope, comfort, and understanding of the greatest story ever told. Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Congress is still trying to come together on a plan to extend health care subsidies for the Affordable Care Act, otherwise known as Obamacare. Those tax credits expire December 31st, and some Republicans, including Brian Fitzpatrick, are urging lawmakers to work together. He tells Fox News,
if you're going to get 218 votes in the House and 60 votes in the Senate, it has to be a bipartisan bill by definition. So why are we wasting our time with single-party bills that are nothing more than messaging bills? That's not going to solve people's problems.
And meantime, Senate Democrats have proposed a clean 3-year extension, but Majority Leader John Thune rejected the plan, saying Republicans would not support it in its current form. In India, at least 25 people, including tourists, died in a fire at a popular nightclub in the town of Goa. The city's chief minister says most of those victims were kitchen workers, along with about 3 to 4 tourists. Investigators say that a gas cylinder blast caused the fire, which is now out. A successful sequel at the box office this weekend.
They're out there, Mike.
Where?
Everywhere.
The horror game inspired Five Nights at Freddy's 2 earned $63 million in ticket sales over the weekend. And that is the biggest opening ever for a weekend after Thanksgiving and the largest for a PG-13 movie this year. Zootopia 2 landed in second place with $43 million, followed by Wicked for Good in third place with $15.6 million. And President Trump is hosting the Kennedy Center Honors tonight in Washington. Actor Sylvester Stallone, the rock group Kiss, and singer Gloria Gaynor among the luminaries that are being celebrated. It's expected to be an emotional meeting for the members of Kiss after the recent death of guitarist Ace Frehley. I'm Carmen Roberts, and this is Fox News.
If you see something, say something. And stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at NMICrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
All right, welcome back, Marianas. It's football day. It's 8:54 in the morning here on Monday, and that means there's a whole lot of football that's going on right now. And if you haven't been watching it already, you missed out what's been happening. If you're waiting for tonight, this is your time to put on your earmuffs because we're going to give you guys a little update on everything that's been happening with the National Football League. We're going to do it today. We're going to get you all the latest scores right now. Are you ready? I'll give you a little countdown, a little 3, 2, 1, week 14 of the NFL going down today. Actually started last week on a Thursday night game, which was Friday. Cowboys falling to the Lions 30-44. Yeah, that was a big deal. How about today? That's what we care about. The Cleveland Browns almost knock off the Titans, but not quite enough. 31-29. Tennessee. The Seahawks beat the tar out of the Falcons 37-9. So that's a present for you, Louisa. The Jaguars end up knocking down the Colts. How did that happen? Danny Dimes is done for the season. 36-19. The Vikings shut out the Commies. That's right. In Minnesota, the Commanders go down 31-0. The Bills come back with amazing bout of defense in the second half, 39-34 over the Bengals. That is not what anybody thought was going to happen. Oh my God, back-to-back interceptions, Joey B. Thank goodness. And Josh Allen putting the team on his back and winning again. The Saints go into Tampa Bay and knock off the Buccaneers. How the heck did that happen? 24-20. The Steelers go into Baltimore and beat the Ravens. Aaron Rodgers going out there doing the discount double check. Again, can you believe that? He wins 27-22. The Dolphins go into Jersey to beat the Jets 34-10. Just a couple of not exciting teams at all. So, late games, we're in them right now. The Broncos leading the Raiders with 4:05 left to go in the third quarter, 14-7. The Rams and Cardinals at the half. Rams comfortably leading by 2 touchdowns, 24-10 in Arizona. Also in the half, the Bears trailing the Packers 14-3 in Lambeau Field. The late game today, getting off at 11:20. The Texans going to Kansas City, take on the Chiefs. Are the Texans going to win again with another big win a couple of weeks in a row? I'm not sure what's going to happen. Tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Tuesday morning football for us. Eagles taking on the Chargers. I hope the Eagles win. And I only hope the Eagles win because of that punk kid. Not a punk kid. He's a great kid. Really cute kid. But that punk kid who said that he's like, the Chargers are better than whatever team you're cheering for. I'm like, yeah, who's my team? He's like, you're a Bills fan. I'm like, son of a... So I am cheering hardcore for the Eagles because that little Chargers fan. By the way, great kid. He is a good kid. I can't remember his name offhand, but he's a nice kid. But, oh, man, that's how you get it going. I'll tell you, like, I get aggro about the Bills for sure. Because I know how hard it is to be a Bills fan. It is not an easy life to be a Bills fan. Anyway, so that's your latest update for the National Football Leagues. All these teams, late games, 2 of them are at the break right now. Only the Broncos and Raiders, they're cruising through. I don't know what time they got started, but there's only 4 minutes left in their third quarter. So good things, good times, and good football. It's also good because as of right now, I'm leading in my fantasy football. See how long that lasts. It says I got a 98% chance of winning this week, but I still don't believe it. You know, and of course, this is the week that I sub out DK Metcalf, who has been nothing but sucking for the last week after week after week. I drafted him with all these high hopes, and all of a sudden he drops almost 22 points today. I mean, like, come on, man. Why are you going to do that to me when I could actually use you? Those 21 points, almost as much as, well, it's more than 2 of my receivers combined, and I flexed Devontae Adams. He's only got 5.3 right now. Shakir, 9.6, and then I had Jacoby Myers with 14.8. But it's just terrible. Bad choice. Either way, though, I'm up by about 40 points with just a few minutes left to go. The only thing left to go is tomorrow's Chargers game, where my opponent has the Chargers defense. So, it's all right. Still a lot of game left, though, for Chicago. They're at the half. Anything could happen over there. He's got Bo Nix, and he's got DJ Moore. and he's got the Chargers defense. I've still got in play Williams with the Rams, Brock Bowers with the Raiders, and Devontae Adams with the Rams. So, yeah, I could still score some more points. He can still score some more points. So we'll see what happens. But with like a 37-point cushion, I'm probably pretty good. But Josh Allen had that by himself today. So who knows? Anything could happen. All right, so 9 o'clock in the morning right now. I want to say thanks to our guest, Layla Staffler, who came in here today. Give us a great big update on what's going on. The Democrat Party, they got a big old shindig tomorrow night at 5:30 over at Tenapac Beach Pavilion. They're doing a listening event, so part of their listening tour. It's their final one for Saipan, at least for this round. It's going to be tomorrow, 5:30 at Tenapac Beach Pavilion. And they're looking to hear from you, so you can go there and join them. And they're going to have some food. Who is that lady in the window? Super nice lady from here. All right. Let's get to your comments, by the way. Fabian says, hey, Brad, thank you for calling me up. You're a down-to-earth, awesome guy. Have a nice day, my friend. I will try to pop in and and pop in this week. Awesome. Yes, that would be great. Fabian, I love Fabian in Delacia. I'm like, come on, dude, you got to come in here. I got to show you what this place looks like. You got to hang out and talk about whatever you want to talk about. But I gave him a call because he was pretty inspirational about, if you haven't been paying attention, all his fitness journey and eating healthy, battling against diabetes, and beating the snot out of diabetes, I'll tell you that. And so that's part of what we've been doing here. I don't have the diabetes thing kicking, but I definitely have the fat thing happening. And I'm like, I don't want to be fat anymore. I got to do something about this. So thanks to this amazing cabinets that we've got over here from Buyer Woodworking. God, man, the guy's awesome. I've been juicing, eating healthy for the past, this is week 4 now. I've already dropped some lbs. I don't know the exact number. I haven't stepped on the scale yet. And really, because I haven't flown on Star Marianas in a little while, we're going to have to change that, Sean. I'm going to have to book some flights just so I can step on the scale. And I want to fly in your new terminal over there in the commuter terminal. But I haven't flown for a while, but that was the only time I was really stepping on the scale, and I wasn't really looking forward to that number because it just kept going up, up, up. Now that I have this whole thing set up, I've got a nice prep area, and I'm all fruits, vegetables, nuts, beans, and I know it's like rabbit food, but it's like really good rabbit food. It's all healthy. I feel better, I feel stronger. I did the bike race out over the weekend as well. After not training at all for it. That's not what I would recommend, but it still worked. And it's all going in the same direction. And all this, by the way, to do the half marathon, the Saipan half marathon in March. If I could get in shape enough to do the half marathon in Rhoda in January, I would. I would. It would be so awful if I did it now, though, because my body's not ready for it, not even from a fat standpoint, just about running. 13 miles right now is a pipe dream. I can't even imagine doing it. I'd love to go just to support the event in Rhoda, though. So maybe we'll see about going down there. But, man, if they had a 10K, I'd totally do the 10K. But they've got the full marathon, the half marathon, and a 5K. If they have the 10, for sure, I wouldn't even have to argue with myself about it. I would totally be there doing it. Anyway, who else we got out there? Oh, Eric Mofnas, my veteran brother. He's out there saying, happy birthday to his son, Jose Mofnas. Have a blessed and wonderful day. Enjoy your birthday, my son. Stay safe. Yes, happy birthday, Jose Mofnas. Great. I don't know how old you are, but your dad's showing some love to you. I want to say good morning. Connie Park Baza's in the house. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Tobat Castro in the house, my man. Great to see you. Layla, was great to have you in the studio this morning. Frank De Leon Guerrero, oh man, Mr. Music was here throughout the shop today too. Jack Buckus, thank you for joining us today. Edward Camacho is in the house. Great to see you. Kyle and Daisy Kai Pat, thank you guys for joining us today too. Ray Austin said, keep the bad politics and poor biasness out of decision making. Thank you. Yep, I agree with that 100%. Talking about like elected leaders. Marianne Kalilaman was with us today. Thank you for joining us. Also, Wari Thai Spa. Man, I got to find out where you are, Wari Thai Spa. I see you every morning over here posting up here. You got to give us a heads up on where you're at. And we're going to have to give you a Google and check it out. Luisa was with us this morning. Oh, man, so great. And good day for you with your Seahawks. Who else have I missed? Oh, yes, Florida leader Marissa Flores was here as well. She was great, but she had some stuff to say. We sent her a request for some comments about some of the things that were happening in the Marianas. If you want to take a look at today's top stories, go check us out, nminewsservice.com. We posted a whole bunch of them on social media, too, so you're good to go on that. But you can see them for yourself, nminewsservice.com. That's our website, by the way. Give it a check and let us know what you think about it. See if it's everything you hoped it would be, or if you think there's things on there that we can improve. We'll do it. We'll be happy to try to get whatever it is that we're lacking to get your back in. All right. Also, guys, if you could like today's show on the wherever you're watching it. If you're watching it on YouTube, please click like and subscribe. If you're watching it on Facebook, please give it a like and a follow. And also give us a follow over there on Instagram as well. We're also on Twitter, so you can find it. It's not Twitter anymore, it's X. So you can find us on X. And I'm not sure where you're watching the show, but you're able to watch it live right now on our website on nminewsservice.com. We do have that. Facebook is changing a little bit about how they do stuff. So you're not able to see everything that the archives for the live broadcast on the website, but you're able to see everything else. Excuse me. So not only do we have the show's live on the website, but you're able to see them again on our YouTube and on our Facebook as well. All right, what else is going on over here? I mean, that's a whole lot of everything that we got today. Some of the big items again are the MPLT stuff that got passed. The promissory note got signed, so that $29 million promissory note was signed. And that is the thing here. We pop it up over here so you can see it yourself. CNMI signed the $29 million promissory note. You can see the whole thing for yourself on the website. So it's not just the story, but you can see the full document. So we do that every single time, so you're able to see it. I'll read this one out to you. CNMI executed $29 million promissory note in favor of the MPLT, and with the note setting simple annual interest of 7.5%, not too bad. A minimum repayment of 7 years. So there you go, 7 years, a minimum, which is interesting. Based on the signed document that we received, promissory note states that the loan is from the General Trust Fund and says proceeds may be used only as permitted in the related loan agreement for the NMI settlement fund obligation for fiscal year 2026, which is tough because what are we going to do next year? But they can use it for no other purpose or program. And they say the note also says interest accrues on each drawdown received by the CNMI government up to the $29 million total. The document states payments are to be made to MPLT, and you got to do everything as basically it says in there. There's not a whole lot to it, but you can see who signed it and everything. We're supposed to get some official things from MPLT this week as well, so we look forward to hearing or getting that info from them. So there's info on this on our social media stuff, but you can find it there on the website as well. I want to say good morning to Agriganja 10. Yes, great to see you too. Thanks so much for being here. Say Agrigan's got the best soil up north. That I can say. I love it. Yeah, so from what I hear from Anna Lee about how great the Agrigan was, and I've never been there. I've only been there to drop people off and pick people up, but I've never actually left the boat to get on the island. But it sounds like it would be an amazing thing to do, and go check it out. What else is happening over there on the CNMI side? Let's go over there. I'm just going to go on our website again real quick to see where we're at with the other stuff today. House Bill 24-59, that's from Cobre Aldan, the Vincent Cobre Aldan over there from Precinct 1, and that's about capping back billing and requiring notice and payment plans and dispute protections for folks. In fact, we'll go and show you that. This is on the website as well. In fact, you can see the entire legislation right there. Again, that's one of the reasons why I love this website that we've got, because you're able to see all of the documents right there. You can check all of them out for yourself. You don't just have to read the article. You can. So we give you the snippet and all that other stuff. We write it, but you're able to see it as well. This is House Bill 24-59 would cap back billing and require notice, payment plans, and dispute protections. Commonwealth-wide rules on how and when providers can issue back bills or retroactive charges for goods and services previously provided but not billed at the time. The measure states the purpose is to protect consumers from unexpected retroactive charges while still allowing providers to recover amounts lawfully owed. Under the bill, most back billing would be limited to no more than 4 months from when the underbilling or non-billing occurred, with exceptions described for situations such as documented fraud, tampering, or unauthorized use. So that's a big thing. They can't come back and say, hey, you didn't pay us 7 years ago for something, now you owe us like $4 million. No, you can't. They're being very specific in this. And this cleans up a lot of stuff. I think it takes aim at a lot of CUC stuff. He is like the watchdog when it comes to the Utilities Corporation. And even though he's not part of the Utilities Commission, you figure he is. He is a big part of it by making sure that folks do it. All you got to do is look at his posts. And I'll leave out the specific wording that he uses for a lot of those things. But he's on it. He's definitely on it. What else do we got? Oh, if you go and check out our Facebook page, there is a new video. There's a new video from the folks at Yes Theory. There's a little vignette from Saipan. They just dropped it, and they're doing smaller ones where they're interviewing, kind of like behind the scenes from their regular videos. And you're able to see more about the islands. You'll be able to hear more from the people who are involved in all these videos and stuff like that. It's really pretty cool. In fact, that's it right now. We posted it already on the page, so you're able to see it for yourself. And it's really cool, these smaller ones where they interview the folks. Look at that. I mean, look at that footage that they got over there in Poggin. So you can check it out. It's on our page right now, and you won't miss it. These are the guys living it, enjoying it. Again, they went through and did all these great tourism videos, and then these smaller vignettes. I love it. I can't beat it. I can't be happier. I mean, NBA just knocked it out of the park with these guys. It's a big win. So go check it for yourself. We'll put it on there. This is about the Mario and the Jungle Boy. The story about Mario and Jordan. I love it. I'm such a fan of all the stuff that they're doing, and you should be too. All right, so that's about it for today, I think. I don't think I'm really missing anything, but I am going to get you guys another news update just because it's that time. And we'll get you another sports update. Let's see, is the new news one out? Yeah. Bam, there it is. And is there a new sports one? No, not yet, but I'll get you a new news update, and then we're going to call the show. Hey, thanks, guys. We're going to be back again tomorrow. We're going to hustle and get some stuff done now so we can kind of have a pretty easy day today at the news service. But if you got news tips, you have a story, maybe there's stuff that you think needs to get covered. We've got a couple of new op-eds that are coming out from a couple different folks on a couple different topics. All those things will be coming out today / tomorrow morning. So that's what we've got for you today. So thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in. Good morning, Marianas. Weekday mornings, even if it's a weekend or a holiday. All right, guys, here you go. Here's the latest news update.
An arrest after a train attack in North Carolina. I'm Kathleen Maloney, Fox News. A Honduran migrant with a lengthy criminal record is in custody after a second violent attack on a North Carolina train.
The suspect is due back in court tomorrow morning. Court records show Oscar Slarazano is being held without bond because he's an illegal migrant. And on top of that, ICE put a detainer on him. The 33-year-old Honduran national is accused of breaking onto a train and then stabbing one of the passengers. This is not the suspect's first time in trouble with the law. He's already been deported 2 different times and has a long criminal record.
Fox's Caroline Elliott with that update. Just a few days after President Trump issued a preemptive pardon to embattled Congressman Henry Cuellar, the president lashed out at the Texas Democrat on Truth Social. Cuellar announcing he's running for re-election as a Democrat. Now that caused the president to blast him on social media for continuing to work with the same radical left scum. Cuellar responded to the president's comments today on Fox's Sunday Morning Futures with Maria Bartiromo.
I prayed for the presidency because if the president succeeds, the country succeeds. And again, as probably the most bipartisan individual, I don't vote party. I vote for what's right for the country.
Both Cuellar and his wife Imelda were indicted last year on counts of bribery, conspiracy, and money laundering, Cuellar maintaining their innocence. The 84th Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day ceremony taking place in Honolulu today. It marks the attack on this state in 1941 that drew the U.S. into World War II. America's listening to Fox News.
This is Ainsley Earhart. Thank you for joining me for the 52-episode podcast series, The Life of Jesus.
A listening experience that will provide hope, comfort, and understanding of the greatest story ever told. Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Secretary of War Pete Hegseth continues to defend the second strike on a suspected drug boat that allegedly killed defenseless people.
The very first strike to begin combat operations in the Caribbean has also received the most scrutiny after two men who initially survived the initial missile strike were killed in a follow-on strike. Ordered by Navy SEAL Admiral Frank Bradley, the mission commander, according to Hegseth.
From what I understood then and what I understand now, I fully support that strike. I would have made the same call myself.
Some lawmakers call the second strike against the survivors a war crime. Others, a righteous one. President Trump said he would have no problem releasing the video showing the follow-on strikes. It's not clear when that will happen.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson. The number of mass killings has dropped to its lowest level in nearly 2 decades. Fox's Paul Stevens with the details.
A mass killing is defined as an incident in which 4 or more people are intentionally killed in a 24-hour period. Such occurrences are down 24% from 2024. The U.S. has recorded 17 mass killings so far in 2025, the lowest number since 2006. 14 of the 17 mass killings so far this year were carried out with guns. The mass killing database is maintained by the Associated Press, USA Today, and Northeastern University. Paul Stevens, Fox News.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says Israel and Hamas are very shortly expected to move into the second phase of a ceasefire. But first, Hamas has to return the remains of the last hostage held in Gaza. Rand Lively is 24 years old, a police officer who was killed in the October 7th attack that sparked the war. The second phase addresses the disarming of Hamas and the withdrawal of Israeli troops from Gaza. It could begin as soon as the end of this month. I'm Kathleen Maloney. This is Fox News.
Fox Sports Update.
We'll start with college hoops, a historic day for top-ranked Purdue for all the wrong reasons.
Now a pull-up three, and that one goes by Torrey.
Well, they got it going now.
Or they ever.
They're playing with a lot of confidence.
CBS on the call. Iowa State roughs up the #1 Boilermakers. Final score 81-58. The defeat is the largest non-conference home loss by a #1 team in AP poll history. Also a heck of a game in East Lansing between Michigan State and Duke. Blue Devils prevail 66-60. Duke remains unbeaten. Here's their head coach, John Shire.
Michigan State's tough as could be. You know, coming in here, I thought our guys, we were tested beyond, anything we've seen so far. And just really proud of our guys to get that win.
Courtesy to Fox Sports on the interview, Duke 10-0. Spartans lose for the first time this season.
This is Ainsley Earhart. Thank you for joining me for the 52-episode podcast series, The Life of Jesus.
A listening experience that will provide hope, comfort, and understanding of the greatest story ever told. Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.
College football SEC title game, Georgia and Alabama from Atlanta.
Branch trying to find some space and scores! The Dogs deliver the dagger.
ABC with the call. Dogs rough up the Tide. Georgia wins over Alabama 28-7. They take the SEC. Meanwhile, in the Big 12 title game, Texas Tech throttles BYU 34-7. Elsewhere, Penn State has their new head coach. It's Iowa State's Matt Campbell. He gets an 8-year deal. All right, to the NFL. Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson returned to practice Friday. He'll start Sunday's pivotal game against the rivals Steelers. Elsewhere, Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray will not return for the rest of the season as his foot injury has not progressed. And before we go, Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels, who hasn't played since dislocating his left elbow all the way back on November 9th, he's going to start Sunday against the Vikings. It's Game On with the Fox Sports app, available wherever you download apps. I'm Jay Berman.
Get more on the Fox Sports app and foxsports.com.
Waves crash hard, the shore don't break. Roots go deep.